The film kicks off with a scene at a motel featuring Alice, a 30-year-old woman who receives a call from her husband, Eric. In a rush, she heads into the bathroom as it's 2 in the morning, and Eric warmly reminds her of their upcoming fertility doctor appointment. Alice, a social media manager at a pharmaceutical company, is returning home after a significant convention. Unbeknownst to Eric, Alice is engaged in an extramarital affair with her colleague and best friend, John. As they check out of the motel and resume their journey, the couple, Alice and Eric, grapple with fertility issues. Despite the challenges, Eric appears supportive and caring. During the journey, John notices the dwindling fuel and is puzzled since he recalls refueling just the day before. Despite the fuel issue, they pull over at a gas station, with Alice entering the store for coffee. Unbeknownst to them, the car is leaking gas, explaining the rapid depletion. A nearby billboard with the phrase, "God is nowhere," catches attention. Inside the store, Alice, finding no one at the counter, leaves money for her payment, only to discover blood splattered on the walls. In a shocking turn, an unknown assailant shoots Alice in the arm, followed by a hail of bullets. Cautiously applying a tourniquet, Alice spots a sniper on the billboard. In a perilous situation, cornered and with John unaware, Alice attempts to reach her phone, but the sniper destroys it with a single shot. Facing imminent danger, she explores survival options, noticing a CCTV feed indicating an exit door. A walkie-talkie on a nearby desk catches her attention, prompting a careful plan involving distraction with thrown chips to acquire it. Alice contacts a man on the other end, urging him to call the police. Simultaneously, John, noticing fuel issues again, discovers his gas tank leaking. Concerned about Alice's prolonged absence, John enters the store, only to be shot in the neck by the sniper. Alice, witnessing John's demise, tries to retrieve the walkie-talkie using a mop stick. She informs the man about the situation and names herself, but the man's inquiry about his wife, Amelia, reveals that Alice sees no one else in the store. The man calls the police for help, assuring Alice of a 15-minute arrival time. However, he later reveals himself as John's killer and expresses his intention to come down. Alice spots light switches and considers darkness for a better escape chance. Despite efforts to hurl objects at the switchboard, Alice's plan fails. Discovering that the shelf behind her has wheels, she stealthily moves it, dodging the sniper's bullets. Successfully turning off the lights, she attempts to contact someone else on the radio, only to connect to the sniper again. The sniper claims it's just him, Alice, and his deceased wife, Amelia. Learning about Amelia's demise, the sniper discloses that he killed her due to infidelity, instilling fear in Alice, who realizes her own infidelity might be the reason she's targeted. After a while, Alice witnesses a vehicle, and a man named Doug, Amelia's lover, steps out. Alerting him to the sniper, Alice convinces him to get down, suspecting him to be the one with whom Amelia had an affair. Urging Doug to call the police, Alice faces a setback as Doug left his phone in his car. Alice clarifies to Doug that his girlfriend has been killed by her husband. However, Doug, visibly shocked, refutes this claim, insisting that Amelia was never married. As the man approaches the counter, Alice realizes that since Doug entered the store, the sniper has fallen silent, refraining from firing any shots. Suspicion arises, making Alice consider the possibility that Doug might be the actual killer. Despite Doug's denial, asserting that he and Amelia both work graveyard shifts, and he came to see his girlfriend, Alice remains uncertain about whom to trust. Still skeptical, Alice suggests that Doug talk to the killer himself. With time running out and the sniper silent, she urges Doug to retrieve his phone from the car to prove his innocence while she tries to distract the sniper. Hesitant due to the perceived danger, Doug reluctantly agrees after Alice's insistence. Unfortunately, as Doug reaches his car, attempting to reach the phone on the holder, he is shot and killed, and his phone is destroyed, confirming that he was telling the truth all along. Alice, devastated by inadvertently sending Doug to his death, loses her chance of escape. The true sniper resumes communication on the radio, accusing Alice of being a murderer for sending Doug on a suicide mission. He expresses a desire to know the truth, revealing that he knew about Alice's presence at the convention and condemning her for working on medications that impact lives. Alice defends herself, stating she is merely a social media manager for a pharmaceutical company. The sniper disagrees, alleging that she distributes drugs while falsely claiming they are beneficial. He identifies Alice's company, accusing her of climbing the corporate ladder through betrayal. Continuing his rant, the sniper accuses Alice of falsely accusing a man of sexual assault to advance her career. This accusation led to the man's firing, leaving him unable to care for his sick daughter. Meanwhile, Alice notices numerous umbrellas near the counter and contemplates using them. The legitimacy of the man being Amelia's husband is questioned, especially since Doug vehemently denied it. The sniper may have been bluffing, shooting Amelia to fabricate a revenge narrative for her alleged infidelity. It remains uncertain whether the assault on Alice was meticulously planned or a spontaneous event, an unfortunate circumstance where she found herself in the wrong place at the wrong time. As the sniper continues talking, Alice strategically positions some umbrellas. However, as he notices her actions, he unleashes multiple shots at the gas station. Despite reaching the exit door, Alice discovers it's locked. In an attempt to break the padlock, she searches for items but faces disappointment. A random man arrives to refuel, but his credit card issues prompt his departure unharmed, indicating the sniper's selective targeting. Emotional and desperate, Alice appeals to the sniper, sharing her struggles with infertility and the strain on her marriage. Surprisingly, he is already aware of her infidelity, criticizing her as irresponsible and expressing a belief that the world would be better without her. Spotting a police car approaching, Alice seizes the chance to leave the store, approaching John's car. However, the sniper intervenes, forcing her to retreat after sustaining a gunshot to her thigh. Despite applying first aid, Alice remains in pain. Observing a uniform belonging to a dismissed employee, Henry, Alice uses a hacksaw to cut the padlock. In the process, she injures her hand. Frustrated, she communicates with the sniper, referring to him as Henry, attempting to empathize with his life. However, he denies being Henry, creating confusion. Another car arrives, and an old man discovers Doug's corpse, prompting the sniper to kill both him and his wife. The sniper claims Alice shares an evil gene that will be passed to her unborn child, criticizing her actions. Alice refutes the sniper's claims, revealing her choice to remain childless to prevent passing on depression and perpetuating violence. She notices a young girl, Cindy, in the car. Despite Cindy's grandparents being killed, Alice tries to protect her, but Cindy refuses to leave. With limited options, Alice blocks the store entrance and attempts to cut through another padlocked shutter. The sniper descends from the billboard, heading towards the store. After cutting the first padlock, Alice discovers another locked shutter, leaving her no choice but to confront the sniper. She hides Cindy, gathers weapons, and prepares for a confrontation. The sniper enters the store, questioning Alice about his motives and potential connections to her life. In a sudden attack, Alice impales him with a rod but fails to incapacitate him. The sniper hits her, and they engage in a struggle. As Alice attempts to unmask him, a gunshot is heard, and she falls seemingly lifeless. The sniper approaches Cindy, attempting to unmask himself. Alice reappears and uses the last of her strength to strike him with a fire extinguisher. She drags him to a hydraulic press, attempting to discover his identity. However, before she unveils his face, the machine crushes his skull gruesomely, concluding the ordeal. Fatigued, Alice succumbs to her injuries, breathing her last as Cindy witnesses the tragic events. In the final scene, the little girl emerges from the store, walking down the road as the morning sun rises, marking her as the sole survivor of the harrowing incident. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and give us a thumbs up to help out the channel. Thank you for watching.